Any reason why you're filming the police station?
Yeah, there is a reason, yeah.
What is the reason?
Can you please identify yourself first?
Sorry?
Can you please identify yourself first?
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates.
Sergeant Mark. And shoulder number?
Shoulder number's there.
5377.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm independent journalist. I'm gathering footage for a story.
You're an independent journalist?
Yes.
Have you got a press pass?
I'm independent. So.
Okay, you don't work for anyone then?
So do you know what independent
No, but
is?
as in, are you working for a particular company?
No, I'm independent. I work for myself.
So what is the purpose of filming today?
Just gathering some footage for a story, sir.
What's the story?
I cannot tell you. I'm still working on it, so I cannot say.
But what is the reason that you're filming? Because this is a secure police building.
Yeah.
We also have to ask questions why people are filming.
Yeah, and I told you.
You said it's for a story, but you haven't told me what the story's about.
I don't have to tell you what the story is about. I'm still working on it, right? So it's not finished. If it's finished, when I publish it, you'll see what the story is. But I'm still working on it, so I don't want to compromise my story.
You're not going to compromise the story, because I'm not. From my point of view, I just need to be happy you're here for the right reasons. Yeah. Because police officers and police buildings are potential targets.
From the moment the sergeant steps outside, it's obvious he isn't interested in gathering facts. Instead, he seems focused on satisfying his own concerns. He immediately questions the auditor about the purpose of his story, and when he doesn't get the answer he wants, he says, *, I need to be happy you're here for the right reasons. *, that isn't policing the law, it's policing personal feelings. The sergeant tries to justify his position by claiming that police stations could be potential targets. However, that's a broad excuse with no real evidence behind it. If you stretch that logic far enough, almost anything could be considered a potential target. The law does not give officers the authority to act on personal discomfort. It requires reasonable suspicion based on objective facts. In this situation, no such facts existed. There was only a sergeant who wasn't comfortable with what he was seeing.
So I have to be happy, the reason why you're here.
So how can I make you happy?
By telling me what the idea of your story is about.
I cannot tell you about the story. I'm just gathering some footage, so I'm an independent journalist, and that's it really.
But you've got a story in mind.
Yeah, I do have a story in mind, yeah.
So I need to know what that story is about. Is it to do with what security like around the police building, what the coming and goings?
I cannot tell.
Because the route we're going to go down is you're going to be stopped and searched under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, whereby we will seize your phone, we look at your phone and say...
You're going to seize my phone?
We can seize your phone if we feel we have to.
What grounds, sir?
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
But what grounds? What grounds?
Just telling you, let me explain.
Okay.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you can be stopped and detained and searched. And part of that search, we can look at your phone and we can see what photographs you've got.
Yeah, but
don't turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning my phone off.
Take your phone off, we will see.
No, I'm not turning your phone off.
Right, so that's the route we can go down. I'm not saying we will go down that route. Okay. At the moment, I'm not satisfied. The reason why you're filming here, you've told me it's for a story.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me what the story's about.
Well,
do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want.
I'm going to seize your phone now. Do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want. No.
I'm going to seize your phone now.
I'm not turning.
Hold that, John. I'm going to seize your phone at the moment under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because you seem to be trying to turn it off.
No, just because I couldn't hold it. Please keep.
When the sergeant fails to discover what the auditor's story is about, he threatens to use Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. This is a serious power that can only be used when an officer reasonably suspects someone of being involved in terrorism. There was no evidence, intelligence, or information that came close to meeting that threshold. Instead, the sergeant appeared to be using one of the most powerful search authorities in UK law as a pressure tactic. Then, without formally detaining the auditor, he grabs the phone directly from his hand, claiming he believed it was about to be switched off. At that moment, he had no legal authority to seize the device. There was no arrest, no lawful search taking place, and no warrant. Under UK law, taking someone's property without lawful authority is not only improper, it can be unlawful. This incident perfectly demonstrates how police powers can be misused, first by applying pressure, then by threatening legislation that cannot be justified, and finally by taking action without proper legal grounds.
Have you got any ID, sir?
So, have I committed a crime?
I'm about to, right, we'll go down the route then. You're now detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. You're going to be stopped and searched. Part of that, I need your details so I can check to see who you are, and we have the power.
But you're abusing. Okay, so if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
I'm not saying I'm going to arrest you. I'm saying you'll be detained. I've asked you the reason why you're filming.
Yeah.
You've told me for a story.
Yeah. I'm independent journalist.
Which is fine. I understand that. But you can't tell me the story. So you
I cannot tell you the story, right? Because I'm working on it. It's not finished yet, sir.
But you must have the concept.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and film in the city of London.
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, why not? I'm staying on a public, right? This is a public payment.
Yeah.
So you took my phone, right?
I took your phone because I think you were trying to.
No, I don't want to. I just want to be filmed because I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I'm not hiding. I want to keep filming. I don't want to stop filming. Please film me. Can I have? So you seize my phone, and I'm not happy with seizing my phone.
We haven't seized it. We've taken it off you.
Well, we're taking, but it's not in me. It's not in me. No, I don't want to turn it off. I want to continue filming. Can I have my phone and continue filming, sir?
At the moment, you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Part of that is we are going to examine your phone for photographs you've been taken today, and power to do that. It's under Section 43. And also, I need to do some name checks on you, so I need some of your ID.
When the auditor challenges the officer, pointing out that his phone has effectively been seized and that he wishes to continue filming in public, the sergeant attempts to avoid the issue. He claims, *, we haven't seized it. We've taken it because we believed you were going to turn it off. *, that distinction makes little sense. The moment someone takes possession of another person's property against their will and without lawful authority, it becomes a seizure, regardless of the language used to describe it. The sergeant then reveals his true intention. The auditor is detained under Section 43 so officers can examine his phone and review photographs and videos, claiming the legislation gives them that power. While Section 43 does allow searches for evidence related to terrorism, it only applies when the detention itself is lawful. In this case, no reasonable suspicion of terrorism had been clearly established. Instead, it appeared that the officer was searching for a justification after the fact rather than acting on genuine grounds.
Okay. So if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
Not particularly, but we will make some more inquiries. The quicker we get your ID, the quicker we can check.
So if it is a lawful order, I give him a lawful order to give my identity.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you are detained. As part of that, we have the power to look at your phone and also do some checks on you and to search you.
Okay, but so is it a lawful order?
It's an order. It's a power.
I give him a lawful order. So if you give me a lawful order to give you my name and date of birth, I'm going to give it, but under the threat of arrest. If you don't give me
a threat of arrest.
So if it's not under the threat of arrest, I don't want to give it.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, we need to do some checks on you. Right. Shall I explain why you've been detained then?
Explain, what are the grounds?
Because you are seen outside the police station filming. As we've passed you, you're holding your phone like this, so we can photograph yourself, but clearly filming the gate. Part of that gate is a security pad, so I don't know whether you're filming to see if officers are pressing that to get access to the building. This is a police building. You gave a reason, you're an independent journalist and you're making a story. But you can't tell me the contents of that story, you can't tell me why you're here.
I told you.
You haven't.
I told you, sir.
The sergeant's reasons for using Section 43 are among the weakest imaginable. First, he claims the auditor is filming himself with the police station gate in the background. Because part of the gate contains a security keypad, he argues that the auditor may be recording officers using it to gain access. That is not reasonable suspicion, it is speculation. The keypad is visible from a public place, and the camera is not even focused on capturing its use. There is no law preventing people from filming objects that can be seen from a location where they are legally entitled to stand. His second justification is even weaker. He suggests that because the auditor refuses to explain his story or provide context for why he is there, suspicion is justified. But refusing to answer questions is not a crime. It is a right. People are not required to justify their presence in public or disclose details of their work simply to avoid becoming suspects. Using someone's refusal to cooperate as a reason to search them is not evidence-based suspicion. It risks becoming punishment for exercising a lawful right.
I'll ask you one question. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Have you got anything on you that can harm me or harm
I don't answer any questions.
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates, warrant numbers 218.
Sergeant Mark Coates.
218186, attached to Southwark Police Station. You are
218186.
You are detained under Section 43.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any search procedure. I'm gonna file a civil claim against you because you're violating my rights. I'm staying on public property, peacefully exercising my rights to film in public. I've done nothing wrong.
I haven't seen you done anything.
What grounds do you have to believe I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were a terrorist.
So why are you using Section 43 of Terrorism Act if I'm not a terrorist?
Nice and calm. Because you are filming outside the police station.
But you said I'm not a terrorist, sir.
I didn't say you were a terrorist. I said you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So do you think I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were.
Why using Section 43? You have to have reasonable grounds to believe I'm a terrorist.
Because you're seen outside the police station filming a keypad and officers going in and out.
But that's not real ground.
But in this current role, obviously, a lot of police officers are targeted by people who wish to do us harm.
You don't have reasonable grounds, sir.
This is the moment the sergeant's entire case begins to collapse. When asked what grounds he has for believing the auditor is involved in terrorism, he openly admits that he does not actually hold that belief. That admission is devastating to the legality of the detention. Section 43 can only be used when an officer has reasonable suspicion that a person is involved in terrorism. By acknowledging that such suspicion does not exist, the sergeant effectively removes the legal foundation for the detention. Rather than addressing this problem, he repeatedly refers to Section 43 itself, as though mentioning the legislation is enough to justify his actions. But simply citing a section number does not satisfy the legal requirements behind it. Once the necessary suspicion is absent, the power cannot lawfully be used. By admitting that key element was missing, he undermines the very authority he was relying upon.